why certain elements have mass numbers that are not whole numbers. So for example here, chlorine has the mass number of 35.5. So how can it be that chlorine has either half a proton or half a neutron? This sort of leads us back to the idea of isotopes, and we need to understand isotopes in order to understand how we can get to this number of mass number of 35.5. So let's go back and recall our isotopes of chlorine. So there are two isotopes of chlorine. There is chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. So what does that mean in reality? Let's say if I had 100 atoms of chlorine, 75% of these atoms of chlorine would be chlorine 35, whereas 25% of these atoms of chlorine would be chlorine 37. These percentages are just the abundance of what these elements exist as in the atmosphere. For each isotope, for each element, it's a different percentage, but this is the correct one for chlorine. So just to simplify a little bit further, I've got 12 atoms of chlorine here, and what that means is if I had 12 atoms of chlorine according to these isotopic values here, 9 of them would be chlorine 35 and 3 of them would be chlorine 37 according to these percentages here. Also, one way of really easily remembering which percentage associated with which isotope, I just remember that the smaller mass has a higher abundance. And what do we mean by the term abundance? Abundance just means how much of that exists. So chlorine 35 is 75% abundant, whereas chlorine 37 is 25% abundant.